Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream, and I'm on the wrong screen. But we're on the right screen now, so no worries. I didn't get all my links ready to send. So this is all... Still love the... Let's see. Let me just post these links different places. I don't know why it's not giving this open link, but whatever. Okay. So we're going to continue working on this wall section, which I'm still not sure if I'm happy with this kind of smooth cream color. We'll see how we feel about that in a little bit. Also, sorry if you can hear the cicadas outside, but... Oh, that's what's happening there. We didn't get it all the way over there. That makes complete, perfect sense. Might actually just be easier to... We don't really get clipping with these pieces, which is nice. So yeah, now we can just slide this in like so. Then we'll bring that to here. Gonna give us our smooth walls here. Which is going to be super nice. We might put some like lines through it because I don't know if I like it being this smooth. I mean, we'll have signs around it, so that will help for sure. We might look up some aquarium interiors. The drink of the stream is... Let me see if I can show it off. This is an apple mead that I made. It came out at around 16% alcohol. Very, very tart. Very tart. And it's very good, in my opinion. Tart almost to the point of being bitter, maybe? I don't know tasting notes. I pretend like I know this stuff. I'm liking that it's actually a little dark in this interior. What time is it? No, 12 o'clock. Feel pretty good about that then. So this will get us to where our actual aquarium is almost finished. And so we'll have this wall to finish, we'll do this wall. We'll need to add like a staff entrance back here. Or somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to add that. Then we've got the sandy flats. Then the open ocean is our big tank. And then we'll go to our crocodiles. Which we may just have the crocodiles in this space. I don't know. I was going to have them in this space, but I'm less certain about that now. But they are American alligators, so they do tolerate salt water, so can be found in the Florida Keys, which is the primary focus of this aquarium. Alright, so this is our seagrass meadows with our sea turtle, chain cat shark, and then a lot of small fish. And I tried to include some barnacles. But yeah, let's get this rolling. Boom, boom. Okay, then we just grab that. Bring it up to the surface there. That's about as wide as it needs to be. This just gives us something thick to connect the inner walls with before we go over with the thin, more plastic sheet. So now we can grab this. So that gives us the more accurate color to what it's going to be. And we might have a very thin tank here. Like we might have a very long, narrow tank, basically is what I'm trying to say. We'll see how that goes. But now that we've got this in place, it does make this a whole lot easier. And we'll see what it looks like. I think the ceiling's probably, we're gonna make it black. Probably. Excuse me. Okay, so now let's grab this, and then we can shift this 30 degrees this way, bring it like so. Boom. Gosh, the cicadas are going crazy right now. now we can delete this section here. And yeah, we're gonna have like a small, narrow habitat. Because it's just gonna be some stingrays. I guess I should say shallow. And long, like, it's gonna be very long, maybe 4 meters, like this direction, and then like 2 meters deep, if we can make it work like that. We'll see. Let's grab our helpful dude. So yeah, definitely lower than that. We don't want kids to be able to see it at eye level, I think. I think we're going to want them to get on like a stool. Because I want guests, regular guests, to be able to just stare into the enclosure. But I do want it to be like that. And then we'll close it off on the ends like we have been doing. Give us a nice window. We don't want it to look too dissimilar from our other tanks, even though this one is a very different style. Excuse me. Gosh, it's hot in here. I might need to grab a fan. I think my computer's burning up. But let's work on this real quick and I'll grab a fan. Hopefully y'all won't be able to hear it. Y'all shouldn't. If y'all can't hear those cicadas, y'all can't hear pretty much anything. I'm afraid y'all can't hear me if y'all can't hear these cicadas that are outside. Gosh, they're so loud. Oops. I accidentally clicked on that twice. But now we should be able to grab this. Boom, boom. All right, let's bring this along. And before we move on to the open ocean habitat, we'll probably do the central habitat for our touch tank, our big touch tank, because we got one touch tank already, but we've got a big one. Let's see if we can get, boom, like that, question mark. And then if we grab like a sand piece, boom. That looks pretty darn good. So yeah, that's the right level. Now all we gotta do is grab these. We don't really need that. And then boom, boom. Then we'll just grab the sand, rotate it into place. Rotate it so that it doesn't look exactly the same. Copy that all over. So now we have this. Here, then we can rotate this over like so. And hopefully all the stingrays and stuff will be able to... Well, actually, I don't think I have a stingray mod, so... We'll just have to see. We'll just have to use props. Looking at sheep's head, it looks like we might be able to use like a perch. Like if we took a yellow perch and we converted the colors, we could make a pretty convincing sheep's head. Methinks, so we might do that. Oopsies. Should probably. Boom. There we go. Let's actually get our glass in. Oops. Sometimes figuring out it's probably pretty straight. Let's see, can we pull this up? Terrain. There we go. It's not a problem at all. Then we just move this to where it's actually closer to the water surface, because we want a slight lip, but nothing that the staff would have difficulty getting in and out of, but so that the fish won't just flop themselves over. There we go. And you know what we need? We need lighting. Boom. It's pretty good. Now I do want this to be a more murky one. So we'll do that. No big deal. Then we'll do I have a line inverted on? No. Just weird stuff happening, you know, as it does. I feel so lost on these kinds of habitats because there's not much I can do. Conies, rays, no. Boom. That's pretty good. I think I might want to brighten up the water a little bit. Bring the transparency to like 0.25. Not 2. 0.3. Oh, you can't enter point. Maybe 0.5. 0.3 looks pretty good, in my opinion. What else is supposed to go in here? So Atlantic stingray, which is... What's the common stingray? They look very similar to the they look pretty similar to Atlantic stingrays, I think. Yeah, they do. And what about, I think it's yellow stingray? They're a more mottled color. Maybe we could get along. Yeah, we could make do with one of these as long as they're submerged. Because they're a little too big, but submerged you don't really notice. Okay, and then porcupine fish. We might just... Oh, they do have long spine porcupine fish. Perfect. And then sheep's head. So we're going to see if we can... I think we have a pack over here. No. North American fish pack. So yeah, yellow perch looks kind of similar. So what we'll have to do is the brownish color is going to be about the same. Sheep's head. These are the guys that look like they have human. So we're going to change that to more of a pale yellow color. Hey, how's it going? The JoJo? We are working on our aquarium. I do think I want it a little bit more yellow than that. And this needs to be more like a dark gray. What do their fins look like? Also that dark gray. Nice. Did you see the animal reveals today? And what do you think about them? Is it a pale yellow? It's a little bit more of a gray, honestly. So if we tone the saturation down, still want it to be a yellowish. I'm doing good. I'm excited. Quite excited. We're trying to get our project. Yeah, I'm excited about the reticulated giraffe. I know a lot of people are complaining that we don't need 2 giraffes, but my local zoo has zoo mix giraffes, which are mostly... They are mostly... Let's get over to the aquarium over here. Zoo mix giraffes are a large portion of their DNA is reticulated giraffes. So, oh, you're all good. No problem. I mean, YouTube is also just kind of bad at having a big delay in messages. So if I don't respond to you super quickly, that's probably why. So we're just getting a small group. I think 5 will probably be good, but we might actually go larger than that. But I think we'll go 5. Because if the stingrays are moving, this will feel quite cramped. I don't like everyone being in the middle, says Mr. Pufferfish. If you could please move over to here. I do want you closer to the side of the glass, but now if we were to, unfortunately I won't be able to because a lot of these are modded pieces that are in here. I didn't think forward on that. If I was doing it over again, I would have not used prop mod pieces, because they do break the game if you do workshop them. Now we will need signs above these, and I really don't know what we're gonna do for those. But yeah, like this coral is all modded, so it unfortunately would break the game. I think we might, just might, do the interior of this, and I still have no idea how we're gonna do this. Because basically it's going to be a walkthrough seabird, aviary, and touch tank. So we're probably gonna have a small little section here that's gonna be where guests can stand. Then all this is gonna be water, and then there'll be a beach here for the birds if they want to be on there. Okay. So saying that, the big question is, do I even want those walls to be where how they are? First of all, I think the answer is no. I think I want to redo them. So we'll split that from the group. Then we'll delete that. Because I want to go I want to take our limestone piece that's honestly probably use something like this. Then we'll make it about yay high. Let's see how much does that stand out. Not very. So we probably want to go one more of these high. And then we want to go and grab one of these. That's the right size. This one looks about right. If it's not the exact same size of one, I'm gonna be a little upset. It's not the exact same size of one. So here I am being a little upset. So then we're gonna move this up. This is gonna get colored to our, this is not that color. Okay, and then we grab both of these. These can go all the way up, except that we're not going to go all the way up because we want to go just to the ceiling there. Then we're going to grab all of that and this. Then we're going to copy it over. If y'all are familiar with making round buildings, I'm sorry, will sound repetitive, but it does help to talk it through. Yeah, and that's going to give us the shape that we want. Now what I would love to do is just rotate this 15 degrees and get a nice angle, but it looks like that's gonna be not happening. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start sliding this around here. Now the big question is how is it gonna intersect here? And it could do very well. We'll just have to see. I forget that you can't really check until it's done. Unfortunately. Right, let's grab that. Gosh, my voice is scratchy today. Some more mead, which is probably not helping whatsoever, but you know. I want this to be as smooth as we can make it. Boom. Let's see. That's pretty darn good. I don't know why it looks metal, but it's not. It is the wrong color, but that's no big fix. We can just... Then we just delete all of these. Boom. Let's see. Now we can grab all those together. Actually, we can just leave that there and then we'll split that. Now, I have no idea how I'm going to do the glass dome here. I've not really made like a geodesic dome before. Like, this was different. That's just rectangular pieces. I want to try and do either the triangular pieces or like this. Do we have smaller pieces than the 2 meter? Doesn't look like it. 2 meter, I think, is going to be the smallest we can get it to go. Now the big question is, do we go with like this? I really have no idea how you're supposed to do this, but I think what we're supposed to do is grab that, I'd love to make this frame color like black. If I'm not mistaken, our next step is to make it so that these form a ring. I don't think that's actually how we're supposed to do it. How to make a triangular dome planet zoo. I usually just do it the difficult way. Alright, let me just do this quick little tutorial that I'm gonna watch. It's 12 minutes long, and I'm not gonna spend all 12 minutes on it because I can almost assuredly watch this on like 1.5 times. That's not really helpful. Dutch Lion's got one. It's only 37 minutes. Yay. Let me see if maybe he has some insights. Okay, so it is kind of how I thought. It might be easier to do this with the domes, but we'll see. We shall see. Then we should grab that. Is anyone excited for the new Spider-Man movie? My wife and I, we will be watching it this coming Saturday. We'll see if it's any good. That's not quite what I needed. We'll use the hexagon pieces because I know how to use those. Unless we can go to the workshop. Or do I even have... Oh, Noah. That's very kind of you to have done that, but... It seems like a lot of pieces. I'm hoping it's good. We'll see how that is. Vigoga has one. They've got some good stuff. Gecko's got some. No, I really do like your stuff, but that one I don't think is as helpful for me. Unfortunately, that one either. It's the one that... Geo. There we go. Now the big question is, can we... I'm more excited, honestly, about Punisher than I am about Spider-Man. But that's just me. I'm excited to see what he does in there. I don't really know if that's the look we're going for. I mean, it looks cool. But I think we might just have to make our own. And I want to do it with triangles, so we're going to figure out how to do that. Line work. Frick it, we're doing it live. So theoretically, right, we rotate that around. Wyatt doesn't have his desert dome up, does he? I'm trying. Wyatt, please. I know you did one for your zoo. It's not looking good, though. Alas. Okay. I have to get myself out of this one. This is so much fun, in case you couldn't tell. I know people love triangles to build with in like real life, but they kind of suck in Planet Zoo. Darn. Maybe if we sink it in like so instead. This is not going to be an easy thing to do, but if we can manage it, it will look really, really cool. Like, really, really cool. It's just the managing it part that's difficult. I am cooking up what might be an easier way should this fail. I mean, there's plenty of easier ways. I'm trying to cook up ones that I can still get this effect. Okay, so that helped a little tiny bit. Well, actually, what it might be worth doing is something like that. Okay, let's see. Like if we bring this out to like here. Let's try here. Here. Which is definitely too small, if this is what works, but yeah, almost assuredly that's maybe not, actually. Okay, but that gets us the general idea. Actually, let's try this. Let's see. I'm beginning to realize what are potential mistakes in this design. But we shall see if my mistakes are well founded. Let's see, can we get this into place? Sort of. Ugh. This is messy. Let's see. Yeah, it's got the same problem I thought it might. Alright, let's try just with our glass domes. We're just gonna... This is way more accurate to what we're trying to do, I think. And significantly easier to do. I know that was a lot of work for nothing, but it wasn't for anything. It was just enough for me to realize I didn't really want to do a dome that way. I don't want to spend that much time on this, because I don't have that much time to spend before I need to finish this. Though I guess I could just make the dome like that. But I don't want to. I want it to be this slightly fancier. Though actually... Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this! I want it to have a more significant curve than that. So we're gonna do beam. Metal meme! Modern glass. I believe this is the thinnest, smallest piece of glass we can do. Okay, and then will you just take something like this? Let's see. All right, let's see. That's not really how I want to do it. This has been one big repeating sequence of me doing something and then me realizing, I don't like it that way. So please, forgive me. As I remember how to play Planet Zoo. Even though it's only been a couple of days since I've streamed Planet Zoo. It just seems like I don't remember what I'm doing. Frazzled. Okay. Let's see, can we... Alright, and then we can just start doing this a little bit faster, theoretically. Theoretically. Let's see. This should get us a perfect circle. then theoretically we can't. I'm saying theoretically a lot. At first it was a joke, but now it's no longer a joke. Boom, boom. Alright, so we've got all that. Merge it together. We've got one in the center down there, right? Yeah. So we can always get that center point back later if we need to. Boom. And then we'll just grab that, grab that. And we'll just do it like so. The simple onion version that, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't look as good as it could. I wonder if we'll be able to make glass domes easier in Planet Zoo 2. I bet if you use the aviary system, you might be able to. That's something interesting to think about. Okay. Wait. Why is it getting off center? What? That's bizarre. I don't think I care that much, though. Nothing a little correction can't do. You know, I said I was going to move the fan into this room, and then I never did. Let me just merge all this together, and then I'm going to grab that fan because it's getting hot in here. The computer do be burning up. It's probably about as close as we're going to get to perfectly circular there. How much does that stand out? Too much. Too freaking much, but easy solution. We can just grab that. That's not too bad. Still a little funky, but I'm not beyond that. That's certainly something I won't sneer at. Then we've got this on the inside, which is nice because we can just say, what if we make the entrance there? And we could make like a little deck here. Tropical stained wood. Twilight. It might be easier to use these Twilight wooden pieces. So we don't have to line up all these dumplings. Let's see. If we grab that and then we just move it like so. And we might do like a little pier here. Let's see. Let me grab that. Nah, it's actually cooler. No. It's not so bad. Now this is where I have no idea if this is actually how I want to do this. This is where it gets a little bit trickier. Let's see. Now this build would not be possible without mods at this scale. You could do this, you just would have to make it much larger. Okay, then let's see if we can get some paths in the middle here. Something like that. Now comes the tough part? Question mark? Let's see. Barriers. Now let's see. I want to get it slightly above that, honestly. Like, that would be preferable. I think. But if that's the case, then I don't actually have to... These paths aren't that hard to do. I don't want it to be super... And then I want... This is fine. We're doing pretty good here, I think. This is where the water level is, and let's mark it over here as well so that we can then terrain. Then we can bring this in here. We don't need a huge area here. Then we smooth. Still need... Okay, cool. Make sure the terrain is pretty decent in here. That's fine, we will cover that back section up anyway. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's grab all this. So now we've got the coastline there. Sometimes it does get finicky with the water level, unfortunately. We'll have to figure out exactly, or not the water level, but the edges there. We'll figure out how we can hide those. Boom. So then theoretically what you would do is you'd walk through here. Ugh, we gotta hide that too. And you'd be able to pet the sharks and the stingrays as they're in here. Hey, Night Riz. It's going good. It's going good. We are working on our... Why is there a... I don't... Looks like we might need to do... Though we might actually be doing the inside of this with rock. I haven't decided yet. I think we might. So we're doing a touch pool for stingrays and bonnethead sharks. And struggling. But what is... Oh yeah, very, very excited. Very excited. I will say the roster is getting a little bit lackluster at this point. Like, the reveals haven't been super exciting recently. I'm not opposed to them, but they're not, like, taking my breath away like they did at the beginning. I like the reticulated giraffe, as I just wish we, I wish we had a few more heavy hitters in that list. I feel like until we know about exhibits as well, we're not going to be super, super confident. But once we hear like what exhibits are going to be looking like, these 2 exhibits each week could be good. We just don't know. Is there like a really ramshackle wood piece, like, panel? I think there is one. Like, modded. Maybe it's out back. don't think that was it. Wait, we've got it somewhere in our zoo. Outback horizontal. There we go. Hopefully. Well, sorry you can't sleep. That sucks. Sorry you're having to watch me struggle. That also sucks. You're just in for a bad night, aren't you? I think I'd prefer this way. Unless there's an outback vertical. Nah. Hey, Forge. Hey, Forge. We are building our seabird aviary. We were just talking about reveals and how I think you're probably a little bit more frustrated with them than I am, but I do get that feeling. Yes, I have. Thursday I will get to order more fish. Let me give you a quick little, I mean, both you and Night Riz. This will be the big shipwreck, which, if we go up through here, this is our nightclub slash bar, which we should set it to night to actually... Yeah, I'm not upset about the reticulated giraffe. I just wish they had also... Yeah, Night Riz says, hi, Forge. So this is the sandbar. My dad came up with a name for it. That does not need to be there. Yeah, me too. So this is our night club, and then you can go out here and watch the pelicans. And then there'll be a shipwreck over there, but I'm a little too lazy to work on that one right now. We've got our little touch tank here. And then our other aquariums, we've got our stingray aquariums here. Yeah, no, that I agree with that, Forge. Thank you. Oh, hey, Night Riz. In YouTube. Night Riz in YouTube. Then we've got our sea docks here where we've got the chain cat shark, hawksbill sea turtle. Yeah, Night Riz, it is. Unfortunately, YouTube does put much higher delay. And then this is our coral reef. And I made I think it's a queen angelfish prop because Drax was too small. Just don't look at the other side. And we've got a school of blue chromis, not realizing how tiny blue chromis. Yeah, I got one in the auction. Well, technically I got two in the auction, which means I need to give one because one of the guys he would split the we made a deal to split it if one of us got it to increase our chances of getting the turtle. Thanks, Night Riz. So now let's work on our little tiki shack. It was about a day's work. It wasn't like, I can't say that it was a huge amount of work because it wasn't like multiple days work, but it nice. Jojo. Bird sanctuary, we're going to build one in this zoo soon. Yeah, no, Forge is pretty awesome. I think this is the wood color we want to go for. Well, I guess it technically would be this too. For our ramshackle look to it. I'm glad about reticulated giraffes because they're what I need for my local zoo's recreation that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, we need to see something. We need to see something. Now, I want... This may be a horrible idea. Oh, the drink of the evening is... The drink of the evening is an apple mead that I brewed. Yeah, I have a feeling that we're actually going to get a... I mean, here's the thing. We know for a fact that we're going to get pretty much just species we haven't seen before next. Like, they don't have many spots that they can run to now. I won't be upset if it's, I won't really be upset if it's repeat species, as long as we're getting species we didn't know were coming into the game beforehand. So we're running out of spots where we already know that the species is going to be there. Besides, like, species. I mean, you can say, yes, we know that they're going to have such and such, but we don't actually know. So it's just our best guess is, oh yeah, there's going to be a gorilla in the game. Oh yeah, we know that there's going to be an Indian elephant in the game, but we don't actually, like, have anything officially confirmed. Yeah, that's what I was just saying with Night Riz, is I will be incredibly hyped with all the exhibit species coming into the game if we get a reworked exhibit system. Like, I will be the person who will shout the praises for the exhibit animals probably louder than just about anyone if I just get the confirmation that they are being changed. That's all I need. I'm very easy to please. Yeah, I think we're pretty much sure that we're gonna get some form of rework is almost assured. Hey guys, give me 1 second because my wife just got home. I'll be right back. Forge, what do you mean you started a new zoo? You're ZSU Zoo. You gotta keep working on Smoky Mountain. Come on, man. But yeah, what's your new zoo? Please tell me. Oh, I was telling you all what my idea was for this before I got distracted. I want to do... So there's going to be free-flying birds in here, right? Things like... You did, I saw. Did you do the monkey one too? I like being able to do 2 events. Oh yes, you did do the monkey one. Okay, so we're the 2 people who have done our events for the... I really like us getting the more high tier stuff. Oh, I think you talked about this in the Bromination. Oh yeah, you're good. Let me just invite you real quick. I forgot that you did ZSU back in the day. I think I've got... Oh, yeah, there you are. You're right at the... Boom. I just sent you the international page so you can join whichever server you want. I've actually invited a couple of people recently. But yes, okay, so bonnet heads, cow nose rays, I think clear nose skates are going to be in the water. I don't know why I'm guessing. I have the Excel spreadsheet right here. Okay, no, I got rid of the skates. So cow nose rays and bonnet heads are going to be swimming along in here. Flying above, we're going to have terns. Nice. I need to go to Chattanooga because there's now someone in the ZSU Discord, not ZSU, ZSH Discord that is he volunteers there, and that's I wanted to go. So terns flying around, killdeer and maybe sanderlings along the shore. I'm the only holder of common terns in ZSU North America, as far as I'm aware. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have it so where you can buy a little bucket of fish here, and then like a keeper would walk, the guy who sells it to you would walk you through, make sure you're doing it right. And you could either feed the birds or the rays / bonnet heads. Yeah. I there's not enough shorebirds in here really, but I just don't have time. So, Forge, do you think that that would even work? Like, I think it would, but my brain is also like, bonnet heads could be nippy, but that's why I'm saying that they have to be supervised as they do that. But yes, I remember you talking about the zoo based off of animals from the Bible, and Alright, Night Riz. No problem. But, like, bonnet heads are pretty docile, to my knowledge. So as long as people are being supervised, it shouldn't be an issue. Bonnet heads, cow nose rays, so those would be what you would be feeding here. Realistically, the terns would be you would be able to like hold up a fish and theoretically one would grab it from you. I think that's done with Inca terns. So I'm not so worried about that one. It was if I had any gulls in there that... But the killdeer wouldn't really be going for the fish. Or the maybe sanderlings. No. I don't know how good our question... I don't remember what our last question of the day was that we did. Oh wait, no I do. It's still a good one, but... it's outdated. That is not the right color. I think I've seen where some... Let me see if I can look it up. Inca turn walkthrough feeding. Like, it's a little... Maybe I was wrong, though. Yeah, no, we're doing touching for sure. Maybe not. I feel like... Yeah, honestly, maybe I don't do the feeding. And I use that for something else. Honestly, I like the idea of... Come on, I know the taper can use this enrichment piece because I've used it before. Plant screen, thanks. Wow. I forget we don't have... This is not built on the axis because I hate my life. That's true. So is porpoise skin, so you could have dolphins. Also, I used to go through like all the dietary restrictions when I was a kid because I was like, oh, the Bible has a ton of animals listed. Let's go through all of them. I believe rock badgers are rock hyraxes. So you would have rock hyraxes mentioned as well. You really got a lot you can use. I know it mentions apes, but I think that... I assume you're using the King James Version translation to mean that, yeah, I imagine you're using the King James Version saying that the unicorn is, the rhinoceros. Even though I think the translation is more closely, like the actual interpretation is more likely to be, Hey, thank you, Atlas Spade, for the raid. I do appreciate it. But yeah, how are you doing, Atlas Spade Music? Yeah, I think it's theorized to have been an aurochs. If you wanted to, you could do a more modern interpretation. And Atlas Spade, I'm also on YouTube, so if you hear me chatting to other people, that's why. We're talking about a Bible zoo. Gotcha. Fully understand. I do that all the time, except it's usually more like I'm having to go to bed. But I don't work tomorrow, because tomorrow's my anniversary. The little tiki hut. I don't know if I... Yeah, I was about to say, you could... Thank you, Ace of Catas. You could say Leviathan would be a Nile croc, and Behemoth could be a hippopotamus. If you wanted to use a more modern interpretation of that. I'm trying to think of... Thanks, Forge. Yeah, it'll be 3 years. We're going to our local state park. Having a picnic there. And then this weekend we're going to go see the Spider-Man movie. And have fried cheesecake from Rock and Roll Sushi. I have no idea. Honestly, this area is... I don't know if I like this. We'll see. We definitely need more lights on it, because it's definitely too dark. I'm trying to think of others that are just right off the top of my head. I mean, Exodus is going to be your... I mean, you could do a camel. That's in the dietary restrictions. My brain is struggling. Yeah, I think your best bet is going to be dietary restrictions and... So let's actually close this off. Because I'm seeing that there's a line there, and we gotta fix that. Dietary restrictions and, like, the gifts that Solomon received. Yeah, that makes sense. True. True. You probably know better than me, but Seraph is the Hebrew word for dragon, correct? And also serpent. It's like a combined word. I assume you know Hebrew. You went to seminary. I guess that technically doesn't mean you know Hebrew, but I'm going to pretend like you do until proven differently. I don't know Hebrew, but I listen to lots of people who do. And then I believe that word then gets translated to gotcha. I believe it got translated to Dracon. I don't know how to pronounce it in Greek, but it got the word seraph, which is used for like the flaming fiery serpents in Exodus that Moses makes a staff for. Whereas it's a different word for serpent when like Moses throws down his staff and it becomes a serpent. It's a different word. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. I've got my biblical theories of that. For those who do not know, I am a Christian, and I do. My personal beliefs are that dragons are just a form that angels take. Is my theory, but that is my little theological, not conspiracy, but probably one of the weirder, one of my beliefs. I mean, it would fit with, in Revelation, Satan is depicted as a dragon. The word seraphim, then the flaming fiery serpents in Exodus being seraph. Yeah, it's my headcanon. Alright, now I really wish we had common turn mods, so I probably will be using the Inca turn as a substitute because I want something flying around, that's for sure. Gosh darn it. But yeah, then we're probably playing Wingspan tomorrow evening, which, Forge, do y'all play Wingspan? It feels like a very Forge game. In the best possible way. Gotta remember there's a big delay. I hate how the water forms sometimes. Most of the time. Almost all of the time. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. Trying to figure out, do I like... Gosh, that glare. Oh, it's asking all the question of the day again. Okay, so we got about an hour left in the stream. No biggie. We can probably finish this enclosure. Yeah, no, it does. YouTube delay is pretty awful. but I do like YouTube because it can often be a little bit... Oh, that's right, you've had your baby. Yeah, congrats again. And yeah, thank you, and you have a great evening. Oh yeah, because we're in the same time zone. I'll see you later, Forge. Thanks for popping by. All right. So yeah, we're just building this seabird aviary. We're gonna see if we can get as much of this hidden as possible. I know I've already gotten JoJo's opinion on whether he's excited for the Spider-Man movie or not, but is anyone else in the chat excited for the Spider-Man movie? Fears, excitements? I know Marvel hasn't necessarily had the best products in the world recently, but I have some hope. Alright, let's get this moving along. Boom. So now species can move across that. The big question is do I go for rocks all along the edges here? Or just along this part, maybe? Let's start it over here and just see what we can make it look like. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Good reveal day. Atlas Spade Music, if you're still here, what were you building in Planet Zoo? If you don't mind me asking. Or if any of his chatters are still here. Let's see. I heard something about vultures, which I would be quite excited to see some vultures in Planet Zoo 2. What angle do we get the sun in here, if at all? That does suck a little bit. It's about 2 o'clock when we get the best sun. Let's finish this glass and we can get to some water. Which we probably need. Tasty. Let's see. We should make sure that our stuff isn't sticking out, which of course it is, but it's not that bad. So more of this here rock work. You know, I want Night-Res to be back, but I also want him to be asleep, so. Warring desires. We need lights in here, So what we'll probably do is we'll have a spotlight system. Because this is ridiculous. Excuse me. What I really need is there to be a ring of them. Like so. Let's see. Boom. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. All right, let's move it along. Okay, we now have that in there. Let's take a sip of water. Let's grab our dude. Hello there, buddy. Come over here. assume that this is... I don't want to align to surface. I do want to do random rotation though. Now we could either do something like this, or if we're feeling bold, something like that. Turn that off. Boom. Let's see. Actually, might just be better to have something like like this. Boom. And then have like some rubble over the top or something like that. We'll have to figure out how we're gonna bring in some color to this, because it's very monochrome right now. So let's go ahead and grab like something like this. How do we like it with just that section? Feels formidable, but it feels also like we've got stuff sticking out of the walls. I don't want to make the fish unable to use a ton of space either, so honestly it's too busy. Let's see. Let's see. Lots of these just kind of into place. Just making sure they aren't poking out too badly. Okay. Oh, you're good. I was saying I kind of hope that you were able to get yourself off to sleep, but I was in a conundrum whether I wanted you to be able to come back or if I wanted you to be able to make it be able to sleep, basically. Bleh. Gotcha. Do you mind me asking where you're going? Understandable. Oh, cool. My friend's, he's not from there, but he's like, his heritage, his family is from there. Alabama Beach. Like, are there even Alabama? They don't have rocky cliffs, really. Nice. Heesh, that's nice. I've done a 12-hour drive. Oh, that's not too bad then. Gotcha. Yeah, my wife and I did that twice to Miami, except it was all the way through 12 hours. Yeah. So, I think we're going to rework all of this because I don't like it. Ah. I will be going to a Florida aquarium in November. Trying to get the look of these formations that I'm able to see. They really need to be quite smooth. From what I'm seeing of the region. That does look a lot better. Just scaled more realistically, I feel like. I feel like rock work always takes me a couple of tries to get right. Because I always try and add too much detail at the start, and you really want to start off, in my experience, with as little detail as you can add to the rock formation. That is where you want to start. Because you don't want it to look too busy. If it's too busy, your mind's not gonna have your eyes just not gonna have a place where it can like look at, and it's just gonna kind of bounce across everything. You want something that really draws the attention over to a specific area of the rock formation. So like, for example, we're gonna have something like this, except we're gonna have it rotated like that. This is based off the Shag Rocks formation in Georgia. As much as I do love that rock piece, it's not what I was trying to do. Okay, so I really want something thinner there. That's not it. See, that right there is perfect. If I could just have a little bit, that's probably fine, but Yeah, that looks good. Then we'll have to add one to like right. Let's make sure. Yep. Hmm. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I do like that. Yeah, honestly, Night Riz, I don't know of any zoos in Croatia. Hmm. I mean, how long are you going to be there? With a 16-hour drive. Oh, it's not too bad of a drive, honestly. It's right on the edge of what I consider doable for a day trip. We did it for we did it pretty recently, but yeah, I mean it's not a fun car ride. Yeah, that also makes sense. I'll be going to that is fair. I will be going to the Aquarium in Florida for my birthday. Gotcha. Yeah, we're going down to Florida for my birthday / Thanksgiving. So we're going to a place called the Aquarium, which is a rescue center for marine wildlife. This is about 4 hours away, so it's not that bad. It depends on where you're going to in Florida for how far away it is. Like, for example, if I was to go to Miami, Florida, that's a 12-hour drive. But I can get to Florida in about 4 hours. Florida is very long. Yeah, no, it is. Like, Florida is one state away from me. So, I guess the equivalent of one country in Europe. Yeah, I mean, I can, if I go up north 3 hours, I get to Tennessee. Well, I can get to Tennessee in about 2.5 hours. Like Chattanooga. 3 hours if I want to go to like Nashville, Tennessee. Whereas like an hour and a half and I could be in Georgia, and another hour and a half the other way I could be in Mississippi. Those are like the surrounding states to me. And that's not even the largest state. Texas is huge. And Alaska is even larger. Oh, yeah. It's a long way to go nowhere. Though if he lives in Omaha, he's got a great zoo by him. It's just a shame it's in, like, Nebraska. Like, jeez. I really want to go to that zoo because it's supposed to be one of the best in the U.S. But going out to Nebraska. As does the most of Nebraska, from what I understand. I say as if Alabama is like... Alabama's not Midwest, so it's got some big cities. It's one of the songs I actually learned how to play on the mandolin. It actually translates pretty well. You like the bird dookie? These cliff formations are actually known for it, so I feel like I have to. Now that I looked up this certain cliff formation I'm emulating. Ooh, you'll have to show plenty of pictures, because that's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. If we had gone to Europe, that was one of the zoos that I was really considering. Going to. Well, I will. My family's actually just arrived in the Netherlands. They are in it. I've heard good things about Blijdorp. My family just got... I told my family they should go to Artis because they're in Amsterdam, but I think they want to do other things besides go to zoos for me. Pretty tragic. I know Artis has some aging enclosures, but I've heard it's also really nice architecturally. Which I would really enjoy. Gotcha. Gotcha. Burgers would probably be my first pick if I was going to the Netherlands. But then probably Blijdorp after that. Man, I really do like the way that bird poop looks. Oh, hence, I've also heard of that one. You'll have like entirely too many zoos, and it's great. My state has 3 zoos, and only one of them is any good. Thankfully, it's the one that's 20 minutes from me, but... And it's the one I'll be recreating for Planet Zoo 2. Yeah, they were gonna do like a 12-hour bike ride, and I was like, y'all are not used to doing 12-hour bike rides, and y'all are in your 60s now, so I don't think a 12-hour bike ride is the best idea for you. But I think they were going from... Yeah, but still, and I was joking, I was like, I mean, it's not like you're gonna hit any elevation, but still 12 hours when you're not used to biking 12 hours at a time. Oh, I can imagine. You probably don't have as much like wind tunnels, but there's nothing to stop wind from doing anything. Yeah, I think ZSH just did a Appenhall Zoo tour. I need to watch that. I just didn't have time today. Well, I had time. I was just watching something else. Gotcha. No, he has probably one of the best like qualities of zoo tours. Even though he doesn't like necessarily cover the entire like zoo, it's still just incredibly engaging, I feel like. Yeah. I do think I still prefer like zoo tours. He does just really good walkthroughs of zoos. But ZSH is probably my favorite of the zoo tour people to do, like European zoos. But zoo tours is really good for those American zoos. Give me an idea of what to expect. Yeah. Excited to see what he and all the other content creators are going to be able to cook up. And I'm excited because I'm yeah. I'm excited because I'm starting to get to know a lot of them more, like personally, which is really cool to me. Like, I know ZSH. Oh yeah, we have definitely grown. That is for sure. I think you were mostly when I was building this habitat here, which honestly still holds up pretty decently. Honestly, this building was probably one of the ones that when I built it, I think it still stands up pretty well. I think I may have went a little crazy with the decals. Speaking of which, we need to build a barn owl aviary in here. But it holds out pretty well. But my newest stuff, like the foliage around here, I'm quite happy with. We also have to rework this. But like, this is our prairie savanna. I shouldn't show it off. I had a video come out touring it today. Hey, it all just takes a little bit of time and effort. You can get there. I find that, gotcha. You're a franchise person? You like franchise? Gotcha. I used to do that more. What am I gonna do here? Man, that was an awful sound. I can deal with that thing, but this is a little bit too much. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll see. Um, maybe something like that. Again, we want to build that up like here. No! Yeah, do that. If you want to share it in the Discord as well, I mean, I find that showing off my builds to others helps me kind of take pride. Oh, hey, Steven. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I like that. Oh. Steven. Why are you so rude? So rude. This is a guy I got to work with. Can you believe it? Okay. This will just be, if you're handicapped, you'll have to go here. If you don't have a wheelchair, you can go through here, I guess. Zoos don't always have, like, everything accessible for handicap. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But you can have some areas that are more kid areas, and then you can still access this habitat. You just would be over here, which honestly is a kind of cool view. I feel like now I need one to go up like that. I think I might need to. Let's add bird poop. Always trying to satisfy Goron because he loves bird poop everywhere. Maybe I won't add a rock there. It will be fine to... Oh shoot, that is not where we want the aligned surface to go. Nightriz, are you in Zoof's server? I'm trying to remember who all you're in servers with. Honestly, think we're almost done with it. We just want to get some, like... Hey, DZ me. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm in a build competition in that Discord. And the prize was going to be Planet Zoo, but they figured that so many people have already pre-ordered it, then... Ah, nice. I'm in every Discord. I'm in so many Discords, but it's actually helpful because I'm a mod in ZSH's server. We've got one guy who keeps doing like ban evasions, so I'm able to catch him in other servers as well. It's a doxer and scammer, and he's just a general bad person, so it's best to be able to catch him as quickly as possible. I think he's made some... Yeah. I don't pay attention to all servers. I just don't have the bandwidth for it. But I'm pretty active in Bronation and others that I can't. ZSH is actually probably not that. Yeah, that I will do after the stream because I have about 10 minutes left of building. Also, DZ me, thanks for tuning in. We are nearing the end of the stream, but not giveaways so far. I was talking about Zeus server. They were doing a Planet Zoo build competition. It is since closed, but he will be. As for giveaways, nothing that I've heard so far. Oh shoot, it's about to be 10 here, and that's going to be me getting ready for bed. I'm sure Rudy would probably be doing. I feel like Rudy and the lady saying there. I think they would likely do one at some point. I don't. I would love to do something like that in the future. I just don't have the funds or really the following to do so yet. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I think just a few more rocks around places. Yeah. No, it's been really fun. The YouTube has actually kind of been popping off recently. Don't know why, but I'm not going to complain for sure. Oh, thanks, DZ me. Yeah, I would say keep an eye on Rudy and the lady sing there on YouTube. They do giveaways sometimes. The lady sang there. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I probably should put like seashells and stuff along the seashore. Oh, oceanic rocks would also go pretty nicely in here. Oh, faux rocks, why are you so weird? Alright. Yeah, probably in Daz's streams, if anything, would be my guess. But yeah, I'll send you that Discord link in a bit. Oh, we're inside the poo. Not a place you want to be. Yeah. You too, Night Riz. Thanks for tuning in. As always, is appreciated. Also, tomorrow at my state park, they have my state's bird rescue, so we will be visiting that, and I could see some cool native birds. I don't know. Could be fun. And I'm realizing that none of these have random rotation on, and that's why they look so funky. Like, why do all these look exactly the same? That would be why. That would be why. Quite infuriating, if I do say so myself. Oh, come on. Thank you. We will have bonnethead sharks in here. In fact, we probably are ready for all the animals that we are going to have in here. So let me just real quick figure out what exactly we're supposed to get in here. Oh, that is not the right place. Shoot. Hey, Sludge. One second, Sludge. Can't say that I do. Can't say that I do, but feel free to enlighten me. Oh boy. Now I gotta see this. Oh, I guess I do kind of look like that guy. Ah, shoot. No, that's... It's a great game, ZMI. Why'd you gotta do that to me, Sludge? Why'd you gotta do that to me? Now I gotta get a haircut. I mean, I do need a haircut, but... Where's our guys? 6 male bonnethead sharks. That's a lot of sharks. What poor mistakes were I making when I did that? Oh, there's no bonnet heads. That's right. I forgot. They have great hammerheads. White tip reef sharks. Zebra sharks, which we should see Thursday for Planet Zoo 2, theoretically. Doggone it. Well, let's see what cow-nose rays we can get in here. Cow-nose rays. 4. 2 males, 2 females. Adopt, 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 adopt. Yeah, I don't even want to know how many hours I have in the game now. Well, now I do. 1,500. And that's not even close to what some people have. Sledge, we're about to end the stream, but you caught us as we're about to hopefully see our species. Oh, that's right. We don't have any paths or anything. Hopefully we can get these guys in here. Oh, why is it so lagging so bad? Send to zoo. Okay, so it says something's... So that's habitat boundary. That's habitat perimeter, that's habitat perimeter. Habitat perimeter. Was that it? That was it. That was super dumb. That was so dumb. There's not a killdeer mod, right? We're going to use these as... So we're supposed to have 4 female common terns, which do not look like these guys at all. But I need something flying in here to... Oops. I need something flying in here to give us the correct... feel to the zoo. Hopefully we can get these guys in so that I can take my pictures. Bring them in. Oh, sorry y'all are looking at that. I just... Oh, that is truly something. Please get into the water. Okay, they can get into the water. Which is good, because that's what I need them to do, because that is ridiculous looking. Oh, it won't let me just place them into the water. Guys, please, just go in there. I can see that y'all can go in there. Oh, we've got a ray acting like a ray for just a second. For just 1 second. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till we get, like, actual fish in the game. That we don't have to mod in. Come on, buddy. You got this. Like, they're supposed to go into the water more, I think. Could you, like, maybe get over there, get in the water? Please. Oh, come on, they got plenty of space. Don't box them up for no reason. Is it this? Are these messing them up? I do. There should be a link in like the About Me at the bottom of like my page on Twitch. Feel free to hop in, share your builds. We might get rid of the cow nose race. Well, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. See, that's what I wanted. Well, less that, but... Where'd it go? Oh, it's under the sea. Still janky. Still very janky. So I think it's these Oceania rocks that are glitching out their movement. Yeah, let's get rid of all these rocks. On the off chance that they're killing the traversable terrain. Which is a distinct possibility. I might just get rid of the cow nose race. In fact, this is just not working. I will just... They do like to school, so I'm gonna have them all like so. Okay. That's going to be all I have time for. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Let's see if we can raid out to someone that I know. Or someone I don't know. Delaran just started streaming. Let me try that again. Raid. It just popped up on my thing. Man, it hasn't even... Alright, good night, DZMI. DZ I don't know. Let me know what your preferred nickname is. Alright, we're just gonna